Hello there, my fellow garden dreamers and treasure hunters. If you're anything like me, you've probably looked at that pile of junk in your garage and wondered, could this become something beautiful? Well, today's your lucky day, because we're about to prove that one person's trash truly is another's garden treasure. I'm here with you at Golden Seniors Living, where we believe that creativity doesn't have an expiration date. It just gets more refined with age, like a fine wine or a well-loved garden tool. Today we're diving into 25 absolutely genius ways to turn everyday throwaways into stunning summer garden art. And you won't believe what magic we create with idea number 18. It involves something you probably threw away just last week. Welcome to Golden Seniors Living, where we turn forgotten treasures into garden gold, and every project tells a story worth sharing. If you love discovering that perfect balance between thrifty and beautiful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We've got more soul-soothing, wallet-friendly magic just around the corner. Let's get started. Idea 1. Pantyhose planters. Got old pantyhose with runs. Those little imperfections that made them unwearable are about to make them perfect for gardening. Here's what we're going to do. Stuff them with good potting soil, tie off sections every 8 inches like you're making garden sausages, and hang them vertically against a fence or wall. Now comes the magic. Cut small X-shaped holes in each bulge and plant trailing strawberries, cherry tomatoes, or cascading herbs like thyme and oregano. The nylon stretches perfectly as plants grow, creates natural drainage that prevents root rot, and gives you a living wall that would make any fancy garden center jealous. I've seen people spend hundreds on vertical garden systems, and here you are creating the same effect with something that cost you maybe $5 originally. But here's the real beauty. When autumn comes and the season ends, that nylon decomposes naturally in your compost, leaving you with rich soil and sweet memories. It's not just recycling, it's garden genius hiding in your lingerie drawer, waiting for someone with vision to set it free. Idea 2. Cassette tape wind chimes. Remember those old cassette tapes gathering dust in boxes? The ones with your favorite songs from decades past, time for their encore performance. Carefully open those old cases and pull out that shimmery brown tape, and oh my, you'll be amazed at how much tape is wound up in there. Yards and yards of musical memories. Now we're going to give it new life as the most unique wind chimes you've ever seen. Thread colorful beads onto long strips of the tape. Old jewelry beads work perfectly, and attach multiple strands to an old embroidery hoop, or even a large mason jar lid. Hang it where the evening breeze can catch it, maybe near your favorite sitting spot. The tape creates this absolutely magical shimmer in sunlight, dancing and twisting like liquid mercury, and the gentle rustling sounds like whispered garden secrets carried on the wind. When friends ask where you found such a unique piece, you can smile and tell them it used to be your Madonna collection. Who knew like a prayer could become garden prayer flags? Idea 3. Denture tablet fairy lights. Here's something that'll make you smile, literally. And it uses those denture cleaning tablets in a whole new way. Take small mason jars, fill them about 2/3 with water, and drop in one denture cleaning tablet. Add a string of battery-operated fairy lights, the kind you can get at any dollar store, and watch the magic happen. The tablet creates this enchanting fizzy bubbling effect that makes the lights dance and sparkle like underwater stars. Line them along garden paths for evening strolls, cluster them under trees for magical dinner parties, or place them on patio tables for the most romantic garden lighting you've ever seen. The bubbling action lasts for hours, creating this dreamy ethereal effect that looks like you've captured fireflies in jars. Children and grandchildren absolutely love these. There's something mesmerizing about watching those bubbles dance around the lights. It's like having your own private constellation right there in your garden, powered by something that usually just cleans teeth. Sometimes the most beautiful magic comes from the most unexpected places. Idea 4. Newspaper seed tape. Got yesterday's newspaper. Let's turn it into tomorrow's garden paradise. Mix a simple paste of flour and water, just like you used to make paper mache with the grandkids, and spread it thinly on newspaper strips. Sprinkle tiny seeds like carrots, lettuce, or radishes along the paste, spacing them perfectly. Fold the paper over, press gently, and let it dry completely. Come planting time, this is where the real magic happens. Just lay these strips directly in your prepared garden rows, and cover with a thin layer of soil. As you water, the newspaper decomposes naturally, feeding the soil with organic matter, while the seeds are already perfectly spaced, no thinning required. Your back thanks you for not bending over to plant each individual seed. Your garden gets perfectly straight rows without any measuring, and you're turning yesterday's news into today's fresh vegetables. There's something beautifully poetic about that, isn't there? Stories becoming sustenance, headlines becoming harvest time. Idea 5. Shower curtain greenhouse. That old shower curtain, the one with a few tears or stains that made you replace it, doesn't have to end up in a landfill. It can become your garden's personal spa attendant. Drape it over tomato cages, garden hoops, or even create a simple frame with PVC pipes. Suddenly you have instant mini greenhouses that trap warmth and humidity while still letting precious sunlight stream through. Your plants get that luxurious spa treatment they deserve, protected from harsh winds and sudden temperature drops. On hot days, simply roll up the sides to let air circulate. When cool weather threatens, close it up tight and watch your plants stay cozy and content. It's like having personal climate control for your vegetables, and it didn't cost you a penny beyond what you already spent years ago. I've seen people extend their growing season by weeks using this simple trick. Tomatoes keep producing well into fall, peppers stay happy even when nights get chilly, and you get that satisfaction of outsmarting Mother Nature with nothing more than creativity and an old bathroom essential. Idea 6. Pill bottle irrigation system. Those little prescription bottles are absolutely perfect for this next trick, and I promise it's going to revolutionize how you think about plant watering. Remove the labels, poke tiny holes in the caps with a fine needle. 3 or 4 holes are perfect. Then bury the bottles next to your thirstiest plants, with just the cap showing above soil level. Fill them with water, and gravity creates the most efficient slow-drip irrigation system you could imagine. Each bottle can keep a plant properly watered for 3 to 5 days, depending on the weather and the plant's needs. No more daily watering chores, no more forgetting to check containers on busy days, and absolutely no more plant casualties when you go away for the weekend. The beauty is in the simplicity. No timers, no electricity, no complicated setup, just tiny helpers doing exactly what your plants need, when they need it. Your medicine cabinet's leftovers become your garden's lifeline. Idea 7. Broken umbrella trellis. Before you toss that broken umbrella, you know, the one that turned inside out one too many times in a storm. Consider this absolutely gorgeous possibility. Carefully strip off all the fabric, and you're left with this beautiful architectural frame. Spray paint it if you want to match your garden's color scheme, or leave it weathered for that authentic cottage garden charm. Flip it upside down, stake it firmly in the ground, and suddenly you have the most elegant climbing frame for beans, peas, morning glories, or sweet peas. The spokes create perfect natural divisions for different climbing plants, and that graceful curved shape adds the kind of architectural interest that landscape designers charge hundreds to create. Train different colored flowers up each spoke, and by midsummer you'll have a living bouquet that changes and grows throughout the season. Sometimes our most beautiful garden solutions come from things that the world considers broken. But we gardeners know better. We see potential where others see problems, beauty where others see breakage. Idea 8. CD mosaic stepping stones. Those scratch CDs and DVDs, the ones that skip and stutter, are about to become the crown jewels of your garden pathway. Put on safety glasses and gloves, then carefully break them into irregular pieces. I like to wrap them in an old towel and tap gently with a hammer. As you make concrete stepping stones, press these rainbow fragments into the wet surface, creating gorgeous mosaic patterns that catch and scatter light, like scattered sunshine. Every step becomes a celebration. Every glance catches new colors dancing across your path. Morning dew makes them sparkle like diamonds. Afternoon sun turns them into stained glass windows beneath your feet. And evening light creates magic that seems to come from another world. It's not just a pathway, it's a daily reminder that even scratched and broken things can catch the light and create beauty. Every rainbow reflection is a little gift from the sun, courtesy of yesterday's music collection. Idea 9. Tennis ball garden massage. Here's one that'll make both you and your plants supremely happy. using those old tennis balls that have lost their bounce. Cut X-shaped slits in them, and slide them onto your tool handles. Instantly, you've got ergonomic grips that cushion your hands and prevent blisters during long gardening sessions. But here's the bonus trick that most people never discover. Use them to gently massage kale, chard and herb leaves after harvesting. The gentle, consistent pressure releases aromatic oils and breaks down tough fibers without bruising delicate leaves. Your homegrown kale becomes tender and sweet. Herbs release more flavor, and you're giving your harvest the kind of attention that makes grocery store produce seem lifeless by comparison. Who knew tennis balls could be garden therapy tools? Every squeeze releases stress from your hands and flavor from your plants. It's like having a spa day for both gardener and garden. Idea 10. Dryer lint fire starters. Before you automatically toss that dryer lint into the trash, let's turn it into cozy garden evenings and delicious outdoor cooking. Stuff clean lint. Avoid any that might have synthetic materials into empty toilet paper tubes, and you've got the most efficient fire starters imaginable. The lint catches flame instantly, the cardboard burns clean and steady, and you're using complete waste to create warmth and ambiance. Picture this evening falls over your garden. You've harvested fresh vegetables for dinner, and you're roasting them over a fire started with this morning's laundry lint. There's something beautifully circular about that cycle. Clothes cleaned, lint saved. Fire started. Food cooked. Memories made. Stack them in a decorative basket by your outdoor fire pit or grill, and guests will be amazed at your resourcefulness. Sometimes the most elegant solutions are hiding in the most mundane daily tasks. Idea 11. Soap sliver garden guards. Those tiny soap slivers, the ones too small to lather properly, but too good to waste, are about to become your garden's gentlest guardians. Grate them on a cheese grater around plants that deer and rabbits consider their personal salad bar. The scent keeps critters at bay, without harsh chemicals or expensive deterrents, and every time it rains, you get a little soap boost that actually helps the soil retain moisture. It's completely safe for pets, children and beneficial insects, but somehow deer find it absolutely disagreeable. I think it reminds them too much of human presence, which is exactly what we want without having to stand guard over our lettuce every evening. The beauty is in the gentleness. You're not harming any creature, just encouraging them to dine elsewhere. Sometimes protection doesn't require force, just a gentle reminder that this particular buffet is reserved for human enjoyment. Idea 12. Expired spice garden art. Got spices that have lost their kitchen potency? Time for their artistic garden debut, where faded flavors become vibrant colors. Mix expired paprika, turmeric, cinnamon, and other colorful spices with clear outdoor sealant to create the most gorgeous natural paint you've ever seen. Use it to decorate terracotta pots, garden stakes, stepping stones, or even create beautiful mandala designs on flat rocks. The colors are rich and earthy, completely natural, and they tell the story of meals shared and memories made. Every brushstroke carries the essence of family dinners, holiday baking, and those experimental recipes that didn't quite work out but served their purpose anyway. As the painted pieces weather in your garden, they develop this beautiful patina that looks like ancient pottery, discovered in some exotic archaeological dig. Your expired oregano becomes Mediterranean garden art. Your old curry powder creates sunset-colored masterpieces. Loving these creative transformations so far. There's plenty more where that came from, including one magical idea that turns expired makeup into something that'll make your neighbors stop and stare in wonder. Idea 13. Old ladder vertical garden. That wobbly old ladder, the one that's not quite safe for climbing anymore, doesn't need to wobble its way to the dump. It's about to become the star of your garden show. Stand it securely against a wall, fence, or even create a freestanding A-frame setup in an open area. Each rung becomes a natural shelf for different sized pots, creating this gorgeous cascading effect that draws the eye upward and makes your garden feel larger and more abundant. Paint it to match your garden's personality. Soft lavender for cottage charm, bold turquoise for contemporary flair, or leave it beautifully weathered for authentic farmhouse appeal. Each rung can host different plants, herbs on top where they're easy to snip, trailing flowers in the middle, to create vertical waterfalls, and sturdy vegetables at the bottom. It's not just plant storage, it's garden architecture with soul, turning forgotten utility into living art that changes with every season. Idea 14. Mayonnaise jar slug traps. Those empty mayo jars are about to become your slug-fighting secret weapon, and I promise this method is both effective and oddly satisfying. Bury them with the rim exactly at soil level, near your most vulnerable plants, hostas, lettuce, anything tender and tempting. Add just a splash of beer, or if you prefer soapy water works just as well. The smooth glass sides create a perfect trap that slugs can tumble into, but cannot climb out of. Check them each morning with your coffee. It becomes part of your peaceful garden routine. Empty them into your compost. Yes, even slugs have their purpose in the circle of life. Rinse and reset. Within a week you'll notice a dramatic difference in slug damage. It's completely non-toxic to everything, except slugs, safe around pets and children, and infinitely more elegant than those harsh chemical pellets. Sometimes the simplest traps are the most effective, and the most satisfying too. Idea 15. Aluminum foil root reflectors. Here's a shiny surprise that'll boost your plant growth, using nothing more than something from your kitchen drawer, and a little understanding of how plants use light. Wrap aluminum foil around the base of tomato plants, shiny side facing out, creating these bright collars that reflect sunlight back onto the lower leaves, and developing fruit. The extra light energy helps fruit ripen faster and more evenly, while the reflected light patterns confuse aphids, who rely on specific visual cues to find their target plants. Your plants essentially get double the sunshine, pests get thoroughly confused, and you get better harvest from the same garden space. It's like installing a professional lighting system for the cost of a roll of foil. The science is beautiful in its simplicity. Plants convert light into energy, so more light equals more energy equals better growth, and bigger harvests. You're giving your garden its own personal solar enhancement system. Idea 16. Expired makeup garden magic. Before you toss that old eyeshadow palette or dried up nail polish, let's give it one final fabulous moment to shine in your garden. Mix expired powder makeup, eyeshadows, blushes, bronzers, with clear nail polish or outdoor sealant to create stunning, completely weatherproof paint for garden markers, pot decorations, or stepping stone accents. The shimmer and color selection is absolutely endless, and once dry, it's more durable than anything you could buy at the garden center. Use old makeup brushes to create delicate designs on plain terracotta pots, turning them into conversation pieces that look like they came from an expensive boutique. Paint plant stakes with glittery sunset colors, create magical stepping stones that sparkle in morning dew, or add glamorous accents to garden sculptures. Every application carries memories of special occasions when that makeup made you feel beautiful. Now it's making your garden beautiful, proving that glamour truly never goes out of style. It just finds new ways to shine. Idea 17. Cereal box bird feeders. Those empty cereal boxes are absolutely perfect for this feathered friend project that brings life and song to your garden. Cut feeding holes about 2 inches from the bottom, big enough for birds, but small enough to keep the seed from spilling out. Thread strong string or yarn through the top for hanging. Then coat the entire outside with peanut butter and roll it in birdseed until it's completely covered. Hang them from tree branches at different heights to attract different bird species. The cardboard naturally decomposes after a season, leaving absolutely no waste behind. But while it lasts, it brings constant entertainment and natural pest control to your garden. Your morning coffee becomes infinitely more delightful when accompanied by the cheerful chatter of grateful birds. Children and grandchildren love helping with this project, and there's something deeply satisfying about giving wild creatures a helping hand, using something that would otherwise be trash. Idea 18. Wine cork plant labels. Got a collection of wine corks. Each one represents an evening enjoyed, a celebration shared, or a quiet moment savored. Now they're going to help you remember what you planted where. Simply write plant names with permanent marker directly on the cork, and stick them next to seedlings or newly planted areas. They're naturally weather-resistant cork, won't rot like wood stakes, and they add this wonderful touch of sophistication to your vegetable patch that makes even practical gardening feel a bit elegant. As seasons pass, these little labels weather beautifully, developing character and patina. Every glance at your garden markers brings back memories of the evenings those corks celebrated. The anniversary dinner wine that now marks your anniversary roses. The celebration champagne cork that guards your victory garden tomatoes. It's functional nostalgia, turning precious memories into practical garden helpers that make you smile every time you tend your plants. Idea 19. Tin can acoustic pest deterrent. Empty tin cans are about to become your garden's gentle but effective alarm system against unwanted four-legged visitors. Clean them thoroughly. Paint them if you want color coordination. Then string them together with fishing line and hang them strategically near vulnerable plants. The gentle metallic clanking in the breeze startles deer and raccoons without creating noise that bothers your neighbors or keeps you awake at night. Position them at different heights to catch varying wind currents, creating a natural early warning system that works around the clock. Unlike electric fences or chemical deterrents, this costs almost nothing to set up and nothing to maintain. There's something almost musical about the gentle chiming on breezy evenings, like having wind chimes that happen to keep your lettuce safe. It's protection that doesn't feel harsh or unwelcoming, just a subtle reminder to wild visitors that this particular buffet is reserved for human enjoyment. Idea 20. Pantyhose fruit protectors. Here's another brilliant use for those old pantyhose, creating individual protective suits for your precious developing fruit. Slip developing apples, pears, peaches, or even large tomatoes into individual pantyhose legs and tie them off loosely above the fruit. The stretchy nylon material grows along with the fruit, providing perfect protection against insects, birds, and even hail, while still allowing air circulation and growth. What emerges at harvest time looks like it came from the finest commercial orchard. Perfect, unblemished fruit with no pest damage, no bird pecks, no insect stings. Your friends will be amazed at the professional quality of your homegrown produce. The nylon is nearly invisible from a distance, so your fruit trees still look natural and beautiful. But up close, each fruit is getting 5-star protection. It's like giving every apple and pear its own personal bodyguard. Idea #21. Egg carton seed starting trays. Cardboard egg cartons are absolutely genius for this next project. They're like nature designed the perfect seed starting system and disguised it as breakfast packaging. Fill each cup with seed starting mix. Plant your seeds according to packet directions and nurture them until they're ready for the garden. Here's where the magic happens when transplant time arrives. Simply tear apart the carton and plant each section directly in the ground, cardboard cup and all. The cardboard decomposes naturally over the growing season, actually feeding the soil with organic matter while protecting tender roots during the critical transplant period. No shock, no root disturbance, no plastic waste, just pure natural nurturing from kitchen to garden. It's like giving your seedlings their own biodegradable nursery that becomes part of the soil food web. Sometimes the most elegant solutions are hiding right there in our refrigerator. Idea 22. Old sponge water reservoirs. Those worn-out kitchen sponges, the ones too shabby for dishes, but too useful to throw away, have one more important job waiting for them in your garden. Place clean sponges in the bottom of planters and containers before adding potting soil. They act like tiny reservoirs, absorbing excess water during heavy rains and slowly releasing it during dry spells, creating the most efficient natural water management system imaginable. Your plants get consistent moisture without the feast or famine cycle that stresses them during weather extremes. Container plants stay healthier with less frequent watering, and you're preventing both drowning and drought stress, using something that cost you maybe $1 originally. It's like installing a tiny irrigation engineer in every pot working 24/7, to keep your plants in that sweet spot of perfect moisture. Your kitchen helpers become garden helpers, proving that good tools never really retire. They just find new ways to serve. Idea 23. Broken jewelry garden sparkle. That tangled mass of broken costume jewelry, the pieces with missing stones or broken clasps, can become pure garden magic that catches and scatters light. Like scattered starlight, weave longer necklaces through fence links or trellis work. Drape shorter pieces on shepherd's hooks or garden stakes, or use individual beads and crystals to create light-catching accents in dark corners. Every breeze sets them dancing. Every ray of sunshine creates rainbow prisms across your garden. Broken earrings become perfect plant markers when stuck into soil next to special plants. And tangled chain necklaces create beautiful natural spirals when wrapped around plant supports. The key is placement. Position them where morning or evening light will catch them just right. It's like having a fairy godmother visit your garden with a magic wand, scattering enchantment in the most unexpected places. Every sparkle is a reminder that broken things can still catch the light and create beauty beyond imagination. Idea 24. Plastic bottle self-watering system. Large plastic bottles,
It's penny.
the kind that held laundry detergent or fabric softener, become the ultimate vacation plant sitters. With this ingenious trick, clean them thoroughly. Poke several tiny holes in the cap with a fine needle. Flip the bottle upside down and push it neck first into the soil, right next to your thirstiest container plants. Fill it with water, and gravity creates the most reliable slow drip irrigation system that can keep plants perfectly watered for weeks. The beauty is in the customization. More holes for thirstier plants, fewer holes for drought-tolerant ones. Larger bottles for extended trips, smaller ones for weekend getaways. No timers, no electricity, no complicated setup, and no dead plants when you return from vacation. Your plants get exactly what they need, when they need it, delivered by simple physics in a container that would otherwise be taking up space in a landfill. It's like having a plant sitter that never takes a day off and works for free. Idea 25. Old towel moisture mats. Those threadbare towels, the ones too worn for bodies, but too good for the trash, get one final moment of glory, serving your plants in luxury. Lay them under groups of potted plants to create moisture-retaining mats that absorb water runoff and slowly release humidity back to the plants, while protecting your decks, patios and walkways from water stains and damage. On hot summer days, you can soak the towels with water to create cooling stations that lower the temperature around heat-sensitive plants. The evaporation creates a microclimate that can make the difference between thriving and merely surviving during heat waves. Your plants get spa-like treatment with consistent humidity and temperature moderation. Your surfaces stay beautiful and unstained, and you're giving faithful old towels a dignified retirement in service of beauty. Sometimes the most practical solutions are also the most caring ones. From pantyhose planters to makeup magic, from broken umbrellas to forgotten spices, we've just proven that creativity truly has no expiration date. You know, gardening in our golden years isn't just about growing plants. It's about growing possibilities. It's about looking at the world with fresh eyes and seeing potential where others see problems. Every forgotten item in our homes is just waiting for someone with vision to give it new purpose. Today we've turned trash into treasure, waste into wonder, and throwaways into conversation starters. But more than that, we've proven that the most beautiful gardens aren't necessarily the most expensive ones. They're the ones filled with ingenuity, creativity, and love. Because every recycled creation is a little love letter to our planet. And every penny saved is a small victory for our wallets. When we choose to see beauty in the broken, magic in the mundane, and possibility in the forgotten, we're not just decorating our gardens, we're decorating our lives with hope and wonder. If just one of these ideas sparked that wonderful "I could do that" feeling, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. It tells us we're on the right track. And here's what I'd love to know. Which of these trash to treasure transformations made you look around your house with new eyes? Drop a comment and tell us about your favorite find. Or better yet, share a photo of your own creative recycling success story. Don't forget to subscribe to Golden Seniors Living, where every day is a chance to discover that your creativity keeps growing, your wisdom keeps deepening, and your garden keeps getting more beautiful, one recycled treasure at a time. Until next time, keep seeing the magic in the mundane, my friends. Happy gardening.